Beautiful night here at Trinity Health Stadium. Hartford Athletic would like to thank the Mandel JCC, the official fitness center of Hartford Athletic. Visit mandeljcc.org to learn more. Last Fly Airport Parking, a proud partner of the Hartford Athletic. Save 20% on your airport parking by pre-booking on lastfly.com. Starting lineups brought to you by Liberty Bank. Omid Namazi going with the guys who came off the bench and provided energy in the final 15 minutes on Wednesday night.
Yeah, we think it's going to be a back four again. What we're not sure of is whether Tristan Hodge or Matt Sheldon will play on the left-hand side. What we do know is it will be a front three. Sadie and Opino providing the width. Elvis Amo, one of many who need a goal.
And it is an injury-riddled El Paso team that will take the pitch tonight.
They're without Eric Calvillo. 8 yellow cards for them and 4 injuries, including Solignac, who is their top scorer. They still provide a threat, though. 3 goals each for Aaron Gomez and Ricardo Zacharias in attack.
Noah Dolenmeyer just received on loan this week from LAFC MLS Next Pro. You see Hartford wearing the distinct purple jerseys. This is the Match for a Cause night to benefit the Knox Foundation. Those are some sharp-looking threads. And if you win in those threads, you got to bring them back.
That kind of takes away their exclusivity. Hartford trying to get off to a quick start.
Played it long down the field. Here's Amo and Sadie as Hartford tries to press early. 15 is the newcomer, the lanky 23-year-old from Thousand Oaks, Noah Dollenmayer, 6'6". There's our referee, Joe Surgan, gets involved immediately. Tristan Hodge down on the pitch.
It's just when he was jumping, took a stray arm in the face.
Let's get a look at our referees for tonight. Joe Surgan is the referee. He did the July 23rd game between Loudoun and Orange County. Handed out 7 yellows and a yellow that turned in 2 yellows that turned into a red.
He just catches him there a little bit. Aaron Gomez, it's enough for the free kick.
Kicked out of bounds. Let's get our keys to the game. They're brought to you by the Hoffman Auto Group.
It's momentum, isn't it? For Hartford, building on the last 10 minutes. Well, minus the defensive error that led to the goal for Obregon, but they scored 3, so they've got to do that. And for El Paso, create chances because they've got goal scorers.
Yeah, that's something that head coach Brian Clairhout talked about during the week when he spoke to the El Paso media. Says even in this 10-game winless streak, they have started to create more chances. They're playing a different formation than they had, and he says his players are trying to get used. He says the big problem, Mark, with a new formation is communication.
Like a marriage.
Notice I withstood that. Number 10, Denis Kostishin out of the Ukraine.
Yeah, came onto the field with the Ukrainian flag draped around his shoulders.
Sheldon called for the foul on Miles Lyons, making his 3rd straight start. Omid Namazi, who got a yellow on Wednesday night. Not happy with the call by Mr. Surgan.
I think a good booth partnership relies on communication as well.
Yes, I would say so. And Robin Lappert, who's back in the starting lineup tonight after not playing against Pittsburgh and not being selected in the prior 2, gets called for the foul. As we talked about, El Paso dealing with numerous injuries. Ander Aguiluz was lost in the opener. Yuma, who's been their captain, played a couple games after missing 3 months and wasn't back to form. Eder Borelli, who's been terrific on defense, injured against Miami 2 games ago. And Luis Solignac out with a leg injury. He's got 9 goals and 39 shots on goal. He, too, was injured in the Miami game. So they have been a little shorthanded. Plus, as Mark mentioned, the captain, Eric Calvillo, out with 8 yellows. And then a guy who had played a lot, Bense Pavkovic, had started all 21 games he played, suddenly transferred to Vasas in Hungary on August 9th. And if you read the press release from El Paso, it didn't sound like they were thrilled that took place. Amo goes down. And they say play on. Liam Rose.
Oh, there's some meaty challenges in the early stages.
Yeah. Well, one team's winless in 10. Here's Sheldon. Now it's the El Paso bench's turn to get upset. Pass goes through. Shot is blocked. Amo's shot turned back. It'll be the first corner of the night for Athletic here in the 4th minute.
Yeah, the El Paso bench are not happy. They felt that that was a foul in the build-up there. Made their feelings clear to the assistant and to the 4th official.
So Danny Barrera, back in the starting lineup tonight, became Hartford's all-time leading goal scorer with his strike in the 81st minute that tied the game at 2. Or actually left Hartford one back at 3-2. Here's a chip, and Amo's header will go over the retaining wall, so it'll be a goal kick for Benny Diaz.
Well, the 3 up top, something Hartford haven't done for a few games. It'll mean that the defense from El Paso will have to be on their toes, but it also means that the visitors should have a little bit more space to exploit further up the field, with Hartford committing 3 strikers.
And it's the lineup they used early in the year. Openo, Amo, and Sadie. 16 Miles Lions. 20-year-old from Tucson. They have some young reserves on the bench. 17-year-old Luis Moreno. 18-year-old Diego Abaca. Robin Lappert with a good challenge. And Openo there in support.
I like the intensity at the start of the game from both teams.
There's Barrera. Distributes square to Torres. JPT also provided a lot of energy when he came into the match on Wednesday night. Tristan Hodge starting his 9th game in a row.
Interesting that Prince Sadie has dropped deep a couple of times in the early stages, trying to get more involved in the game. Been quiet the last couple of games.
Doesn't have a shot on goal in the last 3. Openo takes one in the jaw from Mark Navarro, shoulder. And the flag must have been up.
No, just play on.
No, he doesn't. Just play on.
Nothing wrong with that one.
Thought he was ambling up to put the ball down.
He's a player that would start a fight in a phone box by himself. But that's what you need. That's what
it's the spirit you need.
Yeah, that's what helped Hartford in midweek. And if it is to turn into a feisty game, then you'd want him on the front line. He does not shirk responsibility, Antoine Openo.
Trinity Health of New England, proud to be the official medical provider and title partner of Hartford Athletic, always committed to providing the best healthcare experience every day for every patient. Here's Hartford with an opportunity sent through the face of the goalmouth, so I can finish telling you the Trinity Health of New England care that's always there. Here's Barrera deep, punched away by Diaz. Amo turns and can't get it on goal, but Hartford doing a good job, Mark, of pressing against a team that wants to press at the other end.
Yeah, this all started from the right-hand side, way before this opportunity ended up being fired over by Elvis Amo. And it's a nice ball, because it's a ball in behind the left back. And it's a ball with just enough pace for Prince Sadie to get onto it, to get there ahead of the centre back. It's a ball over the top, but it's a clever ball, smart, played in behind the fullback. They've been working on that.
Here's a turnover. Sadie traps to McGlynn, who would come up. Now plays it to his center back partner, Lappert. Here's Rito, trying to use his speed. Now finds Sadie on the right. Torres drops it back to Hodge. Hartford being deliberate in the setup. Now, as they get to midfield, El Paso begins to press. 17, Ricardo Zacharias. But Hartford turns it over, and El Paso, which I don't think has been down this end of the field yet.
No.
We're into the 9th minute.
A number of teams that have come here recently have pressed with 4, at least 4.
Here's Kostishin with space. Tries to play it through, and Tristan Hodge, good anticipation. Back we go the other way. 84 degrees. Gentle breeze out of the northwest at 5 miles an hour. Just a perfect night for soccer. Openo tries to save it, but the ball had a little too much pace on it, so it'll be a throw-in on the east sideline for the visitors. The El Paso Locomotive FC, like Hartford, in their 5th year of existence in USL Championship.
The ultimate streaky team this year.
They started the year losing their first 3.
Yep.
Then they went unbeaten in 12, 9-0-3.
Incredible.
Now they're winless in 10,
Yeah.
0-7-3. Their last win, June 14th against Vegas. But they are in the heat of the playoff race, 8th place in the Western Conference. Of course, you would have to think they'll have to get some of their wounded warriors back. Barrera couldn't get the pass through. Good anticipation by Lappert.
Oh!
And that's going to result in the yellow and maybe more. Juan Pablo Torres.
All I'm saying is, if VAR was in operation this evening, that might be more than a yellow. It also might have looked worse than it was, and I hope that's the case, because that was high, or certainly on first look. Anytime you get a following a challenge, this will tell us, that is not nice.
That's tough.
I'm sorry, but if VAR was here, which it's not, that is using excessive force, and that would have been more than likely upgraded from a yellow to a red.
Dennis Kostishin.
Yeah, that's not a nice tackle.
The 25-year-old.
I get the intensity.
Yeah.
I get all that, but come on, you're lucky to get away. Look at this. That's a red card all day long.
Ball's already gone.
A red card all day. He got away with one there, Juan Pablo Torres. And now Hartford have got to try and capitalize because they should be down to 10 men.
Tonight's Match for a Cause presented by Liberty Bank in their ongoing efforts towards unparalleled community involvement. They've donated $15,000 to the Knox Foundation, directly benefiting community beautification efforts in Hartford. To learn more about Liberty Bank, visit liberty-bank.com.
Funny the way football works, isn't it, Joe? Because on Wednesday night, if VAR was in operation, Hartford would have had a penalty because it was a handball inside the box. The referee saw it but thought it might have just been outside the box, which it wasn't. Swings and roundabouts.
Here's Eric McHugh. Played last year in the Faroe Island Premier League. We had a big discussion in the press box about Faroe Islands.
Yes, tell you what, they're picking up. They're picking up. Their teams have started to win some games. That used to be a happy days. How many goals can we score? Their national stadium has a hotel in it.
Right.
That you can have a bedroom overlooking the pitch if you like.
That would be an ideal situation to broadcast a game from.
There's a story about scoring there, but we won't go into it.
No, not tonight. Here's Navarro. The first question about Faroe Islands is where were they?
Oh, they're north of north.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, way north
Between
of Scotland.
Iceland and Norway.
Yep.
We established that. John Ponzani was working the Google machine to get the answers. First time that El Paso has spent any considerable time in the Hartford end. They have scored 31 goals on the year, tied for 17th in the league. Lappert clears it out of danger. Navarro plays it to Lyons, and Amo called for the foul.
He seems a very reactive official, this one, so
Yes.
far. As opposed to straight on with a whistle, he seems let's see what happens and then make a decision. So far, Joe Sergen, but it's a correct decision there. I think the only thing he's got wrong so far was Juan Pablo Torres yellow when it probably should have been a red.
Kostishin, who spent 5 years in the Ukrainian Premier League, will put it in play from just in front of the west touchline, right in front of pensive Omid Namazi. Curls it towards the box. Put up in the air. Hodge there to knock it over the touchline. Hartford again without Modesto Mendez out with that concussion. There was some thought after the Pittsburgh game that he might be able to come back tonight, but not yet. Hopefully gets back next week in Tampa Bay.
I wouldn't be starting him unless they concede a few tonight after his errors recently. So 2 errors, wasn't it, at Pittsburgh?
Yep, exactly. And he had one in the Miami game.
He did.
Here's Kostishin.
Yeah, he makes them tick. Can't afford to give him space, Hartford.
4 goals, 3 assists. Leading scorer in the absence of Solignac, who's got the 9 goals. which would put him among the league leaders.
It's a better spell this for El Paso. First 7 or 8 minutes was pretty much all Hartford, and you even made the call, has El Paso even been in the Hartford half, but now they're camped there.
20, Chapa Herrera wearing the captain's armband tonight, the El Paso native. Here's a ball into the box and a header and a goal. Aaron Gomez.
That's on Tristan Hodge. I don't know what he's thinking, but he just decides not to make a play on the ball. And they're appealing for offside in vain. But once again, Hartford defending. What is Tristan Hodge thinking?
For Aaron Gomez, his 4th goal of the season. And let's see what happened here with the Hartford defense.
Well, there's the deflection, and Hodge just stops. I don't know what he is doing. If he decides to even make a play on the ball, he heads it behind for a corner. He just stops. Joe Rice can say offside all he likes. You play to the whistle.
Liam Rose with the service into the box, and Hartford falls behind again. And it's a broken record how poorly they do when they concede first. So we'll tell you instead about food, because that's more pleasant. Randy's Worcester Street Pizza, the official pizza of the Hartford Athletic. Stop by the stadium or visit as Hartford attacks and can't get it on. They just don't want me to finish these reads.
No.
Randy's Worcester Street Pizza, the official pizza of Hartford Athletic. Stop by the stadium or visit their other Connecticut locations to enjoy some of the best pizza Connecticut has to offer. So 1-0 on the goal by Joshua Aaron Gomez. And Hartford again will be forced to come from behind. And again, that was like their second time in the Hartford defensive end of the match, and they end up getting a goal.
Joe, if that happened in under 12s, you'd be furious. These are professional footballers. Tristan Hodge, he's an international for Trinidad and Tobago.
Lappert slipped there, but no one was near him. Now Rito, starting for the 13th straight game since coming over in the trade for Jaciel Cedeno for Oakland. And Rose goes down there, and Prince D whistled for the foul.
I'm starting to think that Hartford Athletic should swap FC Football Club in their name for BF, Benevolent Fund. You need a win? Come to Hartford. Detroit, you need a win? Come to Hartford. They did. And they just gift the opposition the goals, and it's so frustrating for Omid Namazi and everybody else in the team.
Shelton off the turnover to Barrera. Has Sheldon on the left. Chips it. Far post. Nobody there. Ball runs out. And it'll be a goal kick for Locomotive FC.
17 minutes gone here. Hartford have been good. This is as good as they've played middle to front for a while. The movement's been good. The creativity's been good. The balls in behind has been good. But guess what? Once it goes to the other end of the pitch, everything just goes wrong.
El Paso 7-4 when they score first. Lions with the header. Hartford getting most of the 50-50 balls thus far as we play into the 18th minute. Another good crowd on hand at Trinity Health Stadium.
Yes.
Give and go. Here's Sadie. Has room. Started to get by the defender, but Lyons was there to, or rather Dallenmeyer, the big fellow, was there to stop his progress. Looked like Sadie had room to roam, but wasn't the case.
Yeah, Omid Namazi right now is having words with fourth official Jonathan Look, just expressing his frustration.
There's a long ball played up for Rito on the right. Dallenmeyer easily takes it, plays it off to Herrera, and El Paso blunts the Hartford attack. We mentioned Drew Dobruna, dressed for the second time this year, the 18-year-old out of Waterbury. McGlynn with a good tackle on Gomez, and Joe Surgens's play on, rightfully. Now Rito along the ground. Openo goes down, and that foul is called.
And a card as well.
So, yellow card is issued in the 19th minute, as you see the always hustling, always feisty Antoine Openo, who didn't look very pleased with that foul, as he chats about it. I think it was the big fella. I think it was Dallenmeyer.
Well, if you're Hartford, you put pressure on him now. It's his debut. And you need to have someone close to him. Try and get him to commit more fouls. See what can happen.
70th yellow of the year on El Paso. They are 5th in the league. The number 1 team for yellow cards is wearing purple jerseys tonight with black pants. Hartford now with 77 yellows on the year. Here's Torres to initiate the set piece. Plays it towards the box. Hartford can't get a head on it, and there's an El Paso player down, and they're immediately calling for the trainer, Ricardo Ruiz. Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partner, Travelers. Thanks to Travelers, presenting partner of our Community Champion Program. Children from underserved communities throughout Greater Hartford are able to come to the matches free of charge. So it's Dallenmeyer, who has been very involved in his first 21 minutes in USL.
A big boy.
6'6". Not particularly stout.
No, but a handful.
Yes.
In the opposition box, a target. But he's on a yellow. And for Hartford, they've got to try and take advantage of that.
So he will wait to get waved in by the 4th official, Jonathan Look. Dallenmeyer looks no worse for the wear. There you see Brian Clairhout. He missed the game. He missed the Phoenix game because he got tossed against Miami. Served once upon a time for a year on Ray Reid's staff at UConn. Here's Barrera. Steals to Torres, off to a wide open Rito. Sets the afterburners in motion. Now kind of slows it down. Now plays it up ahead looking for Amo, but it bounces aimlessly through and is played as Dallenmeyer is right back in the match for Locomotive. Rose circling back here. It's played 6 years in the Australian A-League. 4 years with Central Coast, 2 years with MacArthur FC. McGlynn plays it back to Rice. Gets away from Kostitian.
Good league, the A-League. A lot of players there have gone to Scotland recently, and as a result of that have entered in Graham Arnold's national team.
Of course, the Australian women did a great job in the Women's World Cup.
Yeah, they did.
Got to the semifinals.
Better job than the Spanish national team president. Unbelievable.
Can't be smooching the women on the lips.
And then to double down, triple
Right.
down on it. Come on. Thankfully, FIFA has done the decent thing. Suspended him. Offside flag went up initially against Elvis Amo.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, what can you possibly be thinking
Oh, he wasn't.
in that situation?
He wasn't.
Openo called for the offside. And one thing about Antoine, he's a lot like Jordan Spieth on the PGA Tour. You'll know how he's feeling.
He wears his heart on his sleeve.
Yep, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, give me that any day over someone who doesn't. In a game of football, but you just got to know when to rein it in.
Space for Kostitian after getting away from Sheldon. Shot is deflected over the top of the goal. So this will be a corner kick. First of the match for Locomotive in the 24th minute. As you get a look at Joe Rice making his 8th straight start. Kostitian's got some pretty good wheels.
He's a good player. You don't play at the level he's played at without being a good player. Now, can Hartford defend the set play?
Coming from the right of Joe Rice. big fella moves for the ball. Headed by McGlynn. El Paso will get there first. Nice change of direction by Kostishin. Left footer towards goal. It'll be another corner kick as Hodge heads it into the sweet section.
Wasn't going to leave that one, Tristan Hodge, after leaving the one that led to the opening goal. That's been an issue for Hartford when they've conceded goals. And you mentioned how many they concede first. It's the time it takes them to try and get parity after receiving a kick to the stomach.
So it'll be Kostishin. Ball played out. Lyons tries to play it back, but
Big
Hartford
chance.
suggests it. Look at Hartford. Here's Sadie. Gets it ahead to Rito. Keeper comes way out. Good job by Diaz to play it up ahead for Zacharias.
Brilliant from Benny Diaz.
Great anticipation. Now Sadie. 1 goal in his last 18 games. Started the year 4 goals in his first 6 games. The 5 goals, one more than he had all of last year, but I think even Prince Sadie would tell you he's disappointed in his production this year. Good footwork by Barrera.
Yeah, wide right is open. Again.
Captain plays it to Lapper. Now Rito. They go through Edgardo Rito a lot. Plays it in the box for Torres. Here's Openo. Can't get the foot on it. It's deflected. McGlynn. Blocked. Never gets through. McGlynn plays it square. Chased down by Matt Sheldon. Back in the starting lineup. Now McGlynn, who has shown more and more of a penchant for moving up in the play. Lappert off to Rito. In the middle to Barrera. Give and go with Sadie. Openo. Back heels. Here's Prince. Left footer. Saved. Rebound. Put over the goal by Openo.
Really good from Hartford. The only thing missing there was the finish from Openo, and his body shape was just wrong for what he was trying to attempt. He needed to get over the ball, and he couldn't. But that is a super move from Barrera to Sadie. Always looking for options. Bobbles a little bit. Nice 1-2 with Openo. Super first touch. Has to take it first time. Does. Parried by the goalkeeper. And then Openo just couldn't get up and get his body over the ball to keep it down. But that's the best move of the game from Hartford.
1-0. El Paso on top. Lyco Office Furniture, proud sponsor of the Hartford Athletic for over 40 years. Lyco Office Furniture has been furnishing start-up to Fortune 500 companies all over New England. Go to lycoinc.com to learn more. Along with Mark Donaldson, our producer, Sir Thomas of Stanwix, Director Bobby Kaplan, and the Power Station crew, I'm Jody Ambrosio. Glad you're spending part of your Saturday night with us. 1-0 El Paso on the Gomez goal in the 15th minute. Though Hartford has controlled the run of play.
They've moved it quicker than they did on Wednesday night. That's definitely noticeable.
One thing that Omid Namazi said after the game, he said he has to play guys who are committed to defending. Said that 2 or 3 different times.
Well, get better defenders then. Because for one mistake, that's the 15th time this season that Hartford have given up goals through their own mistakes. That's far too many. That's middle of the table form. If you look, you're never not going to give up any goals this season due to mistakes. You should only be giving up a handful, not 15. That's a problem. So it's just so frustrating for everybody else in the team and all the fans when it comes down to one mistake or 2 mistakes every single game. You can work as hard as you want to work, but if you've got one player that makes those mistakes, it doesn't have to be the same player in every game. It's just so disheartening.
6th foul on Hartford there, called on Amo. So Liam Rose will send it into the box. Rice plays it at the 6-yard mark and rolls it out to start the counterattack. Hartford has scored 19 of their 32 goals in the first half this season. They've now conceded 27 before intermission. For El Paso, that was their 18th of 33 goals scored before halftime.
But you know what's more telling? To follow up with those stats, Hartford has now conceded the first goal in their last 6 home games. It's unacceptable.
Well, and what it also does is it takes the crowd out of it. Dollenmeyer got the play started, and it's foul number 7 on Hartford as Lappert is called for the challenge. As you look at the former Yukon Husky, leads the team with 37 interceptions on the season. So if you believe in possession time,
No.
Hartford would be. I'll finish my thought.
No.
Hartford would be dominating, but it means nothing.
What is possession? There's a difference between possession and good possession.
Well, possession's 9/10 the law.
Yeah, but goalkeeper to centre back, back to goalkeeper.
Right.
There's possession with 4 passes. What have you done? Where have you gone? You've gone nowhere. West Ham today, 20% of possession.
And they
won
won
3-1 at
3-1,
Brighton. So, yeah, give me good possession over possession.
Here's Mark Navarro. Plays it ahead. Castician triple teamed. Gets the ball to Zacharias. Gets it back. Plays it to the left to Rose. Out along the left channel. Good moves. Shot. Save made. Rito did a good job of keeping himself between Zacharias and Rice, and Joe saw it and came up with the save.
This is an interesting approach from El Paso, unlike a lot of the other teams that have come here and they've put pressure on a very fragile defense. It's not something El Paso have done, but so far gifted a goal, but having to defend here.
Played up ahead. Here's Opino. Fakes the pass. Plays it in towards the box, but Amo won't get to it. McHugh lets it play through. Lappert with the steal on the quick one.
I need more from Elvis Amo there. I need him to show. He wasn't doing anything. He was standing still. Didn't provide an option for Opino. This is better, though.
Here's Sadie. Plays it up ahead to the overlapping Rito. Chips it towards the box. Amo's header sails wide. Not much that Elvis could do with that.
Yeah, but better movement. When the ball went wide, Elvis Amo's movement there was much better. And just 60 seconds before that, there wasn't enough movement from Antoine Opino. He got the run on the defender. Just couldn't put it on target. But better from Hartford.
Tonight's youth soccer affiliate of the match, South Windsor Soccer Club. Good to have them in attendance here at Trinity Health Stadium. Only 3 home games left after tonight. Rio Grande on the 9th, then Tampa Bay, and the season finale on October 14th against FC Tulsa. Good anticipation by Lappert there to steal the bar to Sadie, who chests it down. Dribbles away from trouble and looks for an open teammate.
Yeah, but what Rito has done, he's managed to get the left back pushed back by going forward. Need to see more of that from Edgardo Rito.
Now Barrera. Amo, one touch to Barrera. Danny back to Amo, gets away from the referee. Plays it on the right for JPT. Torres spins away from the defender. Here's Amo. Gets it to Opino, who appears on the right side. Now Rito. Back to Barrera. Hartford stringing passes together, but nothing towards the visiting net. Nice move. Here's Sadie. Left-footed blocked and cleared by McHugh.
But that was possession with a purpose.
Right.
That's fine.
Getting it back. Here's McGlynn. Plays it square to Rito. Sends it to the 18. Here's Rito in the box. But Dollenmeyer knocks it over the east touchline. It'll be a throw-in for Athletic.
Yeah, much better, though, from the home side. This is how they started the game.
Yes. Chip toward Sheldon. Matt heads it out. So it will be a goal kick for the visitors. LDI Connect, the proud partner of Hartford Athletic. We're over 20 years of experience. LDI Connect, a leading independent provider of office technology solutions. Visit myldi.com for more information. El Paso on the Aaron Gomez header from Liam Rose in the 15th minute, the 1-0 lead, looking to break their 5-game losing streak in which they've conceded 20 goals and also winless in their last 10. Now, the captain, Barrera. Opino chases it down and drops back to Hodge. Now Openo looking for space. Hartford wanted a foul, nothing called. Good slide by Hodge, but it'll be a throw-in for El Paso.
I'm not sure that Hodge got the final touch there, and a few of the Hartford players thought the final touch might have come off an El Paso player, but the referee didn't spot it.
Shots are 6-4 in favor of El Paso. Shots on target 2-1.
I think Hartford have been pretty good so far. Middle to front, it's the defending that
continues to cause concern.
Yeah, but at least they know what they need to have for next season. Just build your team with a strong defense.
Well, and in his post-game remarks, it's interesting you should say that, Omid Namazi says he's got to start planning for next year. For these players, this is their showcase.
I think he's made his mind up, as have a lot of players, a lot of people about a lot of these players.
Lions taking off the ball. Here's a ball played for Sadie. Prince coming back to help start the attack a little bit more tonight than he has been. 1v1 with Herrera.
I want to see my striker make that run. I want to see him go towards the goal. I don't want to see him on the penalty spot when a ball's driven across the 6-yard box. I want to see more from Elvis Amo.
It'll be a throw-in for El Paso.
You can't ask your wide players to get the ball in, get it in early, or just get it in when there were two options there, Openo and Amo. But when one makes the near post run and the other doesn't make the run towards the far post, that's on the one that doesn't make the run to the far post.
El Paso, Navarro throws it into Liam Rose. Lappert. Now taken by the goal scorer Gomez. Hartford takes it back.
One back well by Hodge.
Barrera towards the 18. Second ball. There's the dangerous Kostishin.
Yeah, he's a talent.
And here he comes. Dennis Kostishin. Cuts to the middle. Plays it ahead on the left for Zacharias. Now Herrera. Up ahead on the left. Here's Zacharias looking for Gomez. Hodge there. Chested down. Here's a chip across the face of the goal, and it'll be run down by Rito. Miles Lyons pinching up that time. Hartford Athletic would like to thank Nuovo Pasta, Connecticut, and Stop and Shop for supporting our Goals for Meals program. For every Hartford Athletic goal scored this year, Nuovo Pasta, Connecticut, and Stop and Shop donating meals to the Stop and Shop School Food Pantry program. 32 goals scored by Athletic this year. That ranks 14th in USL. It's not been the offense. Here's Sadie, tries to send it in. Near post, Diaz right there to cover and catch. Once again, Hartford's had one semi-dangerous chance. El Paso's had only one chance, or as it says on the stat sheet, total big chances. And that ended up in a goal for Gomez as he was left unmarked to put a header in past Joe Rice. Sadie ahead to Rito. Has a step, puts it on goal, and it's set over the bar by a leaping Diaz.
I think that might have been destined for the back of the net. I did a game earlier today, Sevilla against Girona, and Ivan Rakitic scored with a cross. Ultimately, it was chalked off for offside, but this one here, I think that's headed into the back post.
I think it is. Good shot. I think Rito caught Diaz a little off guard there. Here's Torres to initiate. But once again, corner kicks. Hartford just unable to get anything off corner kicks this year.
If you keep getting the ball cleared at the near post, put someone on the near post. Put someone in front of the player who's defending on the near post. Go for the back post flick.
Here's Rose. Gets it back on the one touch. Nice change of direction. Zacharias over on the right has Kostishin with him. Zacharias blocked by Hodge. Rebound cleared. Connor McGlynn ahead to Sadie. Prince with a nice hop step move around Herrera, who fouls him. And Joe Sergin makes the call, and Herrera picks up the ball.
I tell you what I don't like, Joe. I don't like Omid Namazi suggesting it should be a yellow card. FIFA have done a number of stupid things with the laws of the game in recent years, but one thing that they've tried to tighten up on this year is things like that. Let the officials do their job. We don't need, whether it's Omid Namazi, any player or whoever, trying to tell them what to do. They'll make their own mind up. And now, this season, that is a cautionable offence for the coach. Just as well it wasn't spotted.
There's a foul on Rose as he takes down Elvis Amo, or rather Prince Sadie. So potentially dangerous set piece for Hartford here.
I get the frustration, and I want to take you back. So Liam Rose was fouled. They played advantage. The referee played a really good advantage. For El Paso, Conor McGlynn, if Omid Namazi's asking for a yellow card there, short kind of minds there. He's forgetful that his player could easily gone into the book if the referee had done his job and revisited. So careful what you wish for.
Barrera will trigger the set piece from the right of Benny Diaz. Far post. Aimed for Amo. Too much mustard on it. Throw in for El Paso as we hit the 40-minute mark. And the chance to tell you that Hartford Athletic would like to extend a special thanks to our partners, Jim Beam Bourbon and Hornitos Plata Tequila.
That's my favorite read.
I know you like that.
Yeah.
Brings a smile to your Scottish face, doesn't
I think
it?
we need some of the sponsors' product.
Well, this is curious, waving his arms like he's bringing a plane in, looking for a foul call. Now Hodge chips towards Amo, but the big fellow, Dallenmeyer, knocks it away. Ooh. Almost slides into the assistant referee. It'll be a corner for Hartford. Their second of the match. We've had two for the visitors.
Yeah, they took it nice and quick there.
Done quickly. Cleared off the 6. And then cleared out. Sheldon with nobody near him. Traps it down. Sent sprawling. And that'll be a foul. Called on Lyons.
Quick first half, this one.
Yes. I would think we're not going to have very much stoppage, Brignall Vineyard stoppage time.
Yes.
If any at all. Well, we'll have some.
Remember the sponsor, Joseph.
Yes, I know. Sheldon to Openo.
Good ball.
Chip towards Amo. Good defensive play by Eric McHugh. And it'll be another corner for Athletic.
I want to see Hartford better with the second balls. The first one's cleared, then get quicker onto the second ball. That's where you'll get a bit of joy.
Hartford brings McGlynn and Lappert up into the box for the left-footed corner kick. Headed in the air and headed over the barrier by Elvis Amo. So,
yeah, I think Tristan Hodge got the final touch there. And if you're winning the header, then it's a good delivery. It's just not good execution from Tristan Hodge. He was culpable for the opening goal, scored after 15 minutes by Aaron Gomez. He's been better since, and that was a half chance, but a better delivery from the corner.
Diaz plays it along the ground to the left. Lappert called for the foul. It's quick restart. I don't think the ball ever stopped there. There's a drop to Zacharias. Plays the ball back.
I'm surprised El Paso hasn't targeted the Hartford left-back area more.
Here's Navarro. Cuts inside. Has space and sends it towards Wethersfield.
It's an area that Hartford has struggled with all season. And while they need a brand new defence for next season, left back has been a big issue for them. Sheldon's played there, Merrill's played there, Hodge has played there, Kibato has played there. But 5 or 6 who've all taken a turn.
Here's Sheldon. Tries to cut inside. A matchup of 16s. Cleared out by McHugh. Back we come the other way. Plenty of room to run for Kostitian. Controls it, then drops it back. Then Kostitian dating a Ukrainian actress. He is named Yelizaveta Vasylenko. Very popular. I'm sure you've got some of her movies, Last Dance, School, In a Dark, Dark Room.
He's just a good player, and what they have middle to front is talent. And players that don't need all the possession in the world, but when they do it, they look more dangerous with less of the ball than Hartford do when they have a lot of the ball.
So I take it by the fact that you just brushed by that you have none of her movies?
It's the same thing you did to me when I was talking about scoring in Faroe Islands hotels.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, let's just some things don't need a response. Silence is enough.
Silence is golden at times.
Indeed.
Brignall Vineyard stoppage time, 1 minute of stoppage time. Here's Hartford
Keeper's off the line.
with a chance to keep her way out. Opener, though, doesn't tee it up, and McHugh takes him off the ball.
I don't think he saw him. And he's bright yellow. He's tall. I don't know how you don't. He was scrambling back, and it was Openo's favoured left-hand side. That was a half chance for Hartford. We've seen them score from distance before.
As we're approaching stoppage time, 1-0, El Paso on the Gomez goal in the 15th minute. Hartford had a chance to control it, but kind of sloppy by Sadie on the second ball and taken back by Navarro.
I don't think Hartford have been bad in this first half. One added minute. One player falling asleep at the back post is the difference between 0-0 and 1-0.
Kostishin, double teamed on the far side, comes away with it. Then clear it out. Kept by Kostishin. Plays it ahead into the box. Deflected by Torres, and Barrera volleys it out in the direction of Sadie. Prince trying to get a step. Gets it to Amo. Elvis wards off a challenge. Cuts up the middle. Plays it for Antoine Openo. Cuts to the middle. Looked like Amo had gotten himself offside there. Got back on. Openo drops it back for Sheldon. Sheldon dribbling away from the goal. Finds McGlynn off to Hodge. And they reset to Torres now. Send it to the right side to Lapper. Rito has it on the right sideline. Looking for a play. Finds Sadie. Prince towards the box.
That'll do it.
Cleared out of there by McHugh, and we've reached halftime. So, a first half where Hartford had a good point of the possession, but it was the visitors from El Paso who scored. Aaron Gomez on the header from Liam Rose in the 15th minute. We go to intermission. El Paso 1. Hartford Athletic no score here on MyTV9, WTNH.com, and ESPN+.
Our students are looking to stand out, not blend in, which is a good thing considering the 8-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio. USJ's academic experience is built on dynamic learning opportunities that extend into labs, internships, and collaboration with faculty, and are designed to both challenge and support students in their professional development. So if you're looking for an education that will help you make your mark in the world, visit usj.edu.
An injured knee might look pretty simple, but there's a whole person behind that injury. One who misses the feel of his jump shot and spending time with friends on the court. It's not enough just to heal. He needs to get back out there. At Trinity Health, we're here to help you reach your goals. We combine all the knowledge and expertise of a national health system with personalized health care that treats the individual behind the injury. Because we see all of you.
Achievement takes more than having a dream. It takes having the spirit to beat the odds. It takes the courage to pursue a passion, the heart to turn a house into a home, and the determination to turn an idea into an enterprise. I'm the Hartford Buck, and I see the human in human achievement.
With insurance from the Hartford, the Buck's got your back.
Halftime in Hartford, El Paso Locomotive looking to break a 10-match winless streak, leading Hartford Athletic 1-0 at the break. Mark, Hartford played well early and had the first real opportunity on goal tonight.
Hartford have played a lot worse this season than they have, but one moment of the game where you switch off and you're in trouble right from the start. They took it to El Paso. They had chances like this. They got good width. There was good movement. Danny Barrera involved there, and it just didn't quite sit for Elvis Amo, keeper coming out and making amends there, Benny Diaz. But then this happens. I mean, at under 12 level, at any level of football, you get to that first, you clear it out for a corner, you don't put your hand up and say, "Oh, offside, Mr. Assistant." You do your job, and then you answer the questions that the goalkeeper or the defenders might have. What'd you clear it out for? Well, I didn't know what was behind me. Do that rather than do nothing. 1-0 El Paso. But Hartford then picked up and had chances. That was a good save after a decent shot. Couldn't quite get his body on top of that one, but I love the fact that Antoine Opino was involved in that. He's kind of one of the heartbeats of this team, and it just didn't sit nicely for him. But he was able to get there. We're speaking about the second ball, and he was able to do that there. And I'm not saying their goals lived a charmed life, but more of that for Hartford, and you would expect that they'd have more chances on goal. Utilise Rito more. That probably ends up in the back of the net without the touch. In fact, this would be the perfect angle to tell us he's gone for the cross. Maybe it just evades the back post. Again, it's a mishit cross, but some of them end up in the back of the net. So there's positives for Omid Namazi at half-time. The problem is they're a goal down.
Shots are even, 7 apiece. Hartford with that one shot on target. We've talked about possession and how it can be a meaningless stat. Each team has a yellow card. I mean, look, as you said, we've seen worse from Hartford in the opening 45 this year, and I think if they continue to play that way, especially at the start of the second half, perhaps good things might happen.
Yeah, and all credit to El Paso as well. They go in a goal up. They took the chance when it came. They've defended reasonably well, but they have talent middle to front, including the Ukrainian Kostishin, and he is someone to watch for them in the second half, the 25-year-old, because he could easily be involved in any more creativity that they have middle to front.
1-0 El Paso at halftime. We'll come back with USL storylines next.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
If anyone thinks cancer is going to define you, they've got another thing coming. We know you are more than someone healing their heart. At Trinity Health, we know the importance of seeing the person behind the patient, the fear, the joy, the journey. bringing you the expert medical teams and state-of-the-art technological advancements of a national health system, along with the personalized care that helps you feel better. Because we see all of you.
1-0. El Paso Locomotive lead Hartford Athletic at halftime. Time for a look at the always popular USL storylines. Happy anniversary in the capital of California. But we've changed that. We have a new one.
Yeah, San Diego Loyal. There's a new MLS team going to be based out of San Diego, so it's going to be tough for the San Diego Loyal to continue and attract players when they've got the MLS team. So this will be their final USL Championship season. They're currently 5th in the Western Conference. Detroit City announces the Englishman Trevor James moving upstairs to oversee everything to do with the football club for the men, the women, the boys and the girls. He'll become sporting director, and they will look for a new head coach for the men. Keyboard Warriors. We did this on Wednesday.
You like this?
Well, yeah, Keyboard Warriors are normally, anyway. Konami eFootball Tournament continues. With gaming partner Rival, visit rivalgames.com/play/USL to sign up.
So shall we set the table in the Eastern Conference?
Yeah.
As we head towards the final third of the season.
3 games in hand. Tampa Bay Rowdies, but 6 points behind Pittsburgh, who are the leaders right now. For Hartford, I think it's about preparing for next season, seeing which players may be available, and crucially, seeing how much money will be available to see who they can afford for next season. It's going to be a decent battle for the final spot between Tulsa, Miami, Detroit, and Loudoun. For the 8th spot, Indy and above should be pretty safe.
Let's
Speaking of
check
the
that
for
race
eighth,
for the 8th. Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Who do you like out of the 4 from the teams that you have seen? Tulsa, Miami, Detroit, and Loudoun.
I can tell you who I don't like.
Okay.
I don't like Loudoun.
Okay.
Detroit City has a chance. I like Tulsa. I think they can score. I know Miami FC's got a game in hand on them, but I like Tulsa to make it into the Elite 8.
There's one name missing from that, and it's the team that we watch in every home game. But it's probably gone for now after a disappointing run of results because they keep gifting the opposition goals. Hartford Athletic.
Miami losing at home at halftime to Tampa Bay by a score of 1-0. Loudoun leads Indy 1-0. We'll come back with our second half next. You're watching USL Championship on MyTV9, WTNH.com, and, of course, on ESPN+.
An injured knee might look pretty simple, but there's a whole person behind that injury. One who misses the feel of his jump shot and spending time with friends on the court. It's not enough just to heal. He needs to get back out there. At Trinity Health, we're here to help you reach your goals. We combine all the knowledge and expertise of a national health system with personalized health care that treats the individual behind the injury. Because we see all of you.
Achievement takes more than having a dream. It takes having the spirit to beat the odds. It takes the courage to pursue a passion, the heart to turn a house into a home, and the determination to turn an idea into an enterprise. I'm the Hartford Buck, and I see the human in human achievement.
With insurance from the Hartford, the Buck's got your back.
Our students are looking to stand out, not blend in, which is a good thing considering the 8-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio. USJ's academic experience is built on dynamic learning opportunities that extend into labs, internships, and collaboration with faculty, and are designed to both challenge and support students in their professional development. So if you're looking for an education that will help you make your mark in the world, visit usj.edu.
officials have made their way back onto the pitch. Do I see a Mark Donaldson?
No.
Big head there?
The head would be twice the size of them if it was mine. Come on now.
So I would think, kind sir, that off what we saw in the first 45, no immediate changes in the Hartford 11.
Well, you can only change because you've got better options on the bench. And tonight, it's maybe not as strong an option, the bench, as they had in midweek with Logue, De Bruyne, Lewis, Kibato, Merrill, and Loyu. So, yes, it's a warm evening in Hartford. We don't know who's inside the mascot, so
Ooh,
you never
good
know.
luck.
You never know. Maybe there's a secret in there.
Maybe some goal scorer will pop out.
Yeah, so I think this is your team for certainly 60, maybe 75 minutes. Depending on the scoreline, they need goals. It's been all right so far. It's been all right, middle to front. They just need a little bit more quality, but they also need to pass it quicker, similar to what they were doing at the start. I thought they moved the ball around very well in the first 10 minutes or so, Hartford, and they actually ended the half moving it around pretty well. But when you move it around well, you need options. So keep that tempo up, and from a Hartford perspective, hopefully it will bear fruit. From an El Paso perspective, yeah, more of the same for them. They look pretty comfortable defending. I would like to see Noah Dollenmeyer put under a bit more pressure. He was booked if I'm Hartford, but yeah, give the ball to Dennis Kostishin, because there's a kid that can do a little bit of magic.
You get a look at Joe Rice going back to the goal at the north end of Trinity Health Stadium. The Fairfax, Virginia native. It'll be El Paso ball to start. If you're just tuning in and think there's something wrong with the color on your TV set, it's not. Hartford wearing the purple jerseys in the match for a cause tonight. Quite sporting, I might say.
Yeah, always does a good job for charity. Raises a lot of money. Now you can either get involved in the auction for the jerseys, or you can buy them now for $500, and already 5 or 6 have been sold.
Athletic fans do a great job supporting the team's charitable causes. Number 2, Mark Navarro plays it up ahead. Lapper goes on to knock it away. Here's Sheldon. Got the start tonight.
Juan Pablo Torres has had a better game this evening.
He's been more active.
Yeah, he has.
Now Lapper to the always active Rito. 1v1 with Petar Petrovic, whose name we have not mentioned much this evening. Now Hodge. And it goes. Sheldon cuts to the middle. Stops and plays it back. Hartford being deliberate. Just the start of things. In the second 45. Rito wide open on the right. Traps it with the right foot. Edgardo plays it in the middle for Torres. Square ahead on the left. Barrera looking for space. Nice backheel pass for Sheldon. Sent towards the box. And it's punched over the goal. Barrera had a wide open goal. And it looked like Danny may have taken one square in the face there as the captain is down and slow to get up.
Yeah, he was brave there, Danny Barrera, because he knew he was going to get clobbered by Benny Diaz. But again, that's a decent opportunity for Hartford, getting in to the areas that they need to get into as well, and at least contesting the second balls.
Benny Diaz in his second year with El Paso. Played 5 games in Liga MX with Tijuana in his career. Lapper rises over Gomez and gets called for the foul.
Yeah, El Paso's got some players that have played at a decent level. Ukrainian top league, Australian A-League, Tijuana and Liga MX. Plus, they're without a number of key players.
Well, especially Solignac, their leading scorer, with 9 markers on the year. And Yuma, strong in defense, and Calvillo sitting out due to an accumulation of yellow cards. Pass for Rose, intercepted by Opino. He's taken down.
Another card.
Rose gets a card. his 5th card of the season. Here in the 48th minute, referee Joe Surgan. Let's take a look at it.
Easy call, this one, for the referee. Once you get a jersey hold.
He basically tackled him. So it'll be McGlynn right in the center circle.
They always put their hands up, don't they? Oh, I didn't do anything, ref.
Now Rito.
It's basically an admission of guilt when the hands go up.
Back to Sadie. Sadie appears to be more active tonight, Mark, coming back to try to help start plays and
Yes.
form up the attack.
Yeah, but I want to see him in areas that he matters. He's just drifting on this right-hand side. Now he's come more central. Don't mind that when he's playing more central. It's when he's on the periphery of the game that it's an issue.
Lapper plays in the middle, but Opino can't control. Gomez, the goal scorer, takes him off the ball. Played up ahead. Slide tackle by McGlynn to knock it away from Zacharias.
Bet you Omid Namazi wishes he could bottle onto an Opino's spirit and somehow give it to all of his players, the passion and the commitment. Yes, sometimes this season it's been a wee bit too much OTT.
Hartford takes it away. Torres avoids getting chopped down. Now Hodge. Up for Opino. Keeper's out. And Diaz plays it at the 18. Good anticipation by the 24-year-old from Los Angeles.
Been impressed with his positioning today. Apart from once when onto an Opino didn't realize he was way out of his line. He's been pretty good, Benny Diaz. He's kind of acted like a sweeper keeper. And if you've got a goalkeeper that's good with the ball at his feet, you can pretty much use him as an auxiliary centre-back. That's what a lot of the better teams are doing in the world these days, because it means you can put one of your centre-backs or one of your defenders, push them forward and help them in midfield.
Here's Herrera on a run. Leaves it in the middle. Gomez is taken down by Torres. Don't miss our next match right here at Trinity Health Stadium, Saturday, September 9th at 7 o'clock against Rio Grande Valley as we celebrate Noche Latina. Go to HartfordAthletic.com for tickets and more information. As you see the foul.
That's that annoying.
JPT a little aggressive.
Yeah, a little foul. It's the, oh, I won the ball. Yeah, but you fouled the man first.
So here's Petar Petrovic. Plays it square across on the right to Navarro. He chips in. Header. Loose. Amo clears it out of danger. Still in, though. Petrovic will play it first. Drops it back. Here's Kostishin. Taken away. Rito lights up the afterburners, but Herrera, with good position, takes it away from him.
Sometimes he can be too quick for his teammates.
1-0 El Paso. Goal in the 14th minute, or 15th minute, I should say, by Gomez, assisted by Rose. And Diaz restarts the offense. El Paso goes home next Saturday to play Monterey Bay. Here's a run for Locomotive. In the box and a header as Herrera got behind the defense and didn't get a lot on it, and Joe Rice able to make the save.
Yeah, but where did that start? That started inside his own half with Dennis Kostishin with acres of space. No one went near him. He got away from Juan Pablo Torres. That's the problem. He could cost Hartford the chance to get back into this game if they don't close him down.
Hodge ahead to Sheldon. Back to Tristan Hodge. Playing his 20th game of the year, his 19th start. Of course, he was away on Gold Cup duty with Trinidad and Tobago. Herrera not much able to get much on that header. Now Rito cuts to the middle. Open out, square to Sadie. Prince sends it far post. Nobody there. Goal kick. El Paso.
Looks like a change is coming, and Niall Logue is getting his jersey on. This is going to be an interesting one for me.
Lapper?
I don't know. I'm normally pretty confident because there's either a gaping error or a hole or something, and the substitution's pretty obvious, but they might want to tweak things. They might want to go to 3 at the back. I don't know. We'll find out in a minute.
McGlynn and Rito converging on space. Openo's pass deflected by Rose. McGlynn steps back to get it back to Sadie. Plays it across to the captain. Here's Barrera. Changes directions. Gets it to Sadie. Pass to nowhere. Taken away. Too many white shirts there. Prince Sadie tried to snuck a pass through like he was Aaron Rodgers.
So it looks like they've moved Connor McGlynn into a defensive midfield position. Now, if it's only for this attack, which it looks like it is, then that would make sense. That's a good ball.
Barrera. Sheldon overruns it. Taken off the ball by Miles Lyons. And cleared out. Gomez beaten to the header, and they call the foul on Hodge, and Hodge is going to get a card. 54th minute, Tristan Hodge assessed his 6th yellow of the season. And it will be Antoine Openo coming out.
I'm baffled.
I am not sure about that one.
Openo's gone off at the far side as he has to because it's the closest point of entry to the field and shaking his head. So there's no injury. So they're putting Niall Logue. I think they're playing a 3. I think they're not putting him at left back because that'd be silly.
Here's the newcomer, Noah Dollenmayer, just picked up this week from LAFC, MLS Next Pro.
So they've moved Hodge into midfield alongside Barrera and Torres. They might put McGlynn to left back, but I'm still thinking it's going to be a 3 at the back.
Navarro, man gets away, and a good job by Lappert to use his body to shield the El Paso player from the goal. Since 2018, The Fix has been Hartford County's leading wellness spa. Whether you need a quick B12 shot to increase energy or a vitamin infusion to rehydrate, it's the place to reset your mind and body. Take time, treat yourself, and invest in your health. Here's Rito in the box on the goal line. And deflected by Navarro right to Benny Diaz.
He's certainly going with Sadie up front with Elvis Amo. Yeah, it's a 3-5-2 with Rito playing right wing back and Sheldon playing left wing back. And, well, again, they've taken off Openo, but...
Who is just, by the way, getting back to the bench and...
he's spoken to everybody on the way around.
Well, he was looking at the fans, looking at the players warming up. Somebody's going to try to give Openo a red jersey, and he flicks it away.
He is absolutely livid, and I do not blame him. Down goes the bottle.
So, foul in midfield, called on Niall Logue, who, in the postgame the other night, Omid Namazia was asked about him and didn't have many good things to say. Says he wasn't sharp and was a little bit slow out there, but yet he comes in for Openo on a substitution that, frankly, has us wondering a little bit.
I would have Openo as the 3, or one of the 3 least likely players to be taken off. And okay, if you're changing formation, Openo's played as a left wing back. And is it ideal defensively? No, but you don't need right now to try and defend a 1-goal lead. You're 1 goal down. That's the problem.
Plenty of space for Luis Herrera. Chapa plays it on the left to Petrovic. 1v1 with Lappert. Puts it towards goal, far post, and unable to get a foot on it is Denis Kostishin.
I found on Wednesday with Niall Logue, and I felt for Niall Logue on Wednesday because he hadn't played since, I think it was this, they hadn't started
July
the game
8th against San Diego.
Yeah,
well, he hadn't even played since then.
Well, I don't think he'd started a game since the start of June. And he's clearly, he's kept himself as fit as he can be, but match fitness is something totally different. And he's never blessed with the most pace anyway. But yeah, if you're going to a 3 at the back, you can still play Openo coming in from the left-hand side instead of Sheldon. It's like they're trying to ensure they don't concede a second rather than, more importantly, trying to get back on level terms.
Petrovic with all day. Gets it in the middle to Navarro. Now they swing it outside on the right. Cleared out by McGlynn. All purple shirts there. Barrera.
Problem there, Joe, was that Elvis Amo came back to double team with Matt Sheldon, and now that prevents Hartford from a quick counter because your striker, who was up front with Prince Saidi, had come so far back.
Lapper in the middle. Torres. Now Barrera. Rather, it went to Hodge. Now Barrera. Plays it square. Logue up the left side. Sends it towards Amo. Fielded on the ground by Diaz. And underhands it out to start the play. Dallin Mayer in his debut for El Paso. Sent it upfield, but Logue was there to get it.
Hasn't really been tested by Hartford,
No.
has he?
Nope.
He's on a yellow as well, but they've put no pressure on him.
Now Torres gives it away. Right to Petar Petrovic. And the counter begins. Chapa. Herrera. Give and go with Rose. Back to Dallin Mayer. Plays it up ahead to the goal scorer Gomez. Now Dallin Mayer. In the Hartford half, Gomez. Petrovic gives it away. Stolen. Little too much pace on the pass for Amo. Does a good job of keeping it in against Dallin Mayer and plays back to Rito. Back it goes to Lappert. So it's Lappert, McGlynn, and Logue, the back three for Hartford. Looks like Sheldon and Rito playing the attacking wing backs.
Andre Lewis about to come on next time there's a stoppage in play. And Kemba Kibato.
Omid Namazi looking for a combination to get a goal. Once again, Hartford on the short end as we approach the 61st minute. Now McGlynn plays the ball back to Lapper. El Paso content to let Hartford play with the ball. Now they approach. Barrera gets it off for Torres. Rito. 1v1 against Dallin Mayer. Forced to turn it over. And then a push is called on Torres. Flourish Catering, proud to be the official caterer of Hartford Athletic. Flourish Catering offers individually packaged and buffet-style catering for teams, meetings, and organizations. Eat like an athlete with Flourish Catering.
Dan Gaspar, the goalkeeping and assistant coach, was absolutely livid at that foul. Again, discipline starts from the bench. I get the frustration. I mean, it's a foul. You can see things. Of course, we all see things with colored glasses on for the team we support.
Here's Gomez. Plays it square on the left. Petrovic. Cuts to the middle. Looks to load up. Sliding shot. Goes wide.
I still don't get the open-o change, and sorry to keep continually going back to it, but when you need a goal.
Well, and especially because he played so well when he came in on Wednesday night against Pittsburgh. And he was obviously not pleased with the substitution.
Well, neither he should be.
Right.
I wouldn't want a player who's taken off to accept it and just, fine, no problem. You want someone to be annoyed. I don't have a problem if there's players in training that have a go at each other. That's passion, as long as it's nothing silly. I just think they've lost their shape now. I didn't see... I know they were a goal down, but the shape that they were in, I thought it was all right. I thought to go from a 4-3-3 to a 3-5-2 is fine if you're trying to keep a 1-0 lead or a 2-1 lead, or you're trying to hold out a result. You're either ahead or you're tied. But when you're chasing a game, you've taken off an attacker. I don't get that.
Shots are 12-8 Hartford. Shots on target 3-1 in favor of El Paso, which is taking their sweet time to throw the ball in from the far touchline. Hartford's done a better job against Kostishin this half.
Yeah, he's not a player that they need to get that involved. They're 1-0 up.
There's Torres. Dribbles away from Dollenmayer. Lapper plays it ahead on the left. Logue sends it up ahead. Taking off the ball. Eric McHugh starts the counter.
Hodge could be in trouble here, by the way. He's already on a yellow, and if the referee revisits that challenge he's just made, he could be off when the play stops.
Here's El Paso at the 18. Chipped across to Petrovic. Petrovic holds. Gets it in the middle. And they drop back.
It's going to be a triple change for Hartford with Dren De Bruyne coming on as well, and a double for El Paso.
And Lewis, or rather Hodge, has something to say
He's going to have to be
to
careful.
Kostishin, who went down. If you're Tristan Hodge, you're out of yellow already. Why would you do that? So, getting set to come in, Emmanuel Sinupe, number 21, and Nick Hines, number 31. And for the second time this year, we'll see the 18-year-old from Holy Cross High in Waterbury, Dren De Bruyne. As we've got an El Paso player down and injured. Here's Rito.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen the replay of the Tristan Hodge challenge, because that was the one that I think he's a lucky boy, and it shouldn't make any difference if there's 30 seconds has elapsed, a minute has elapsed. You should be revisiting that. I don't think this referee, for the big calls this evening, has got them right. And yes, it might be a Hartford hometown broadcast, but Juan Pablo Torres should have been sent off in the early stages for a horrible tackle. And Tristan Hodge, who's still chatting to the referee right now, should just get away from him. He's already been booked. He put a silly tackle in there.
So Dren De Bruyne comes in for Matt Sheldon. Meanwhile, Nick Hines in for Miles Lyons. And the 17-year-old from Houston, Luis Moreno, replaces Kostishin. Westfield Bank, proud to support Hartford Athletic, and all they do to make our communities better. Need more convenience from your bank at Westfield Bank? You can bank your way. Learn more at westfieldbank.com.
So the triple change, certainly Andre Lewis hasn't come on yet, and De Bruyne has come on. Kemba Kibato is on as well.
First time we've seen Kembo tonight. Juan Pablo Torres' night is over.
That's the other one.
Crowd will applaud when they hear De Bruyne introduced to the crowd. So here's Hines to throw it in. 5'10" defender from Sunrise, Florida. Lappered over the top to get a head on it. Rito to Cabato. Nice effort by Kembo. Now Hodge. Plays it back to Logue. Up ahead, Barrera. Hodge in the middle. Back it goes to Barrera. Gives to Cabato, a Toronto native. Spent much of the year injured. Has come on in recent weeks. One touch by Sadie. Taken away by Sinupe, 27-year-old Englishman. Hartford gets it back, trailing 1-0. Sadie can't control. Dollenmayer gets it. Lapper with a slide to try to play it through, and Diaz will get it. Whoa. He almost stepped over the line. One touch over the line. So Sadie and Amo up front for Hartford. Barrera, Cabato, and Hodge. De Bruyne, Rito, Logue, and Lapper. Here's Hines playing the left back. Sends the back to Dollenmayer. Cross on the right. This is Mark Navarro.
Good ball.
Long ball. Lapper called for the foul as he goes over the top of Gomez. And this will be a dangerous set piece right outside the 18 for Locomotive.
Let's take both sides of the story here. Robin Lappert, first of all, eyes on the ball, won the ball, claiming that there was nothing wrong with the challenge. El Paso's side of things, their player's been absolutely wiped out. Replay will tell us what colour's your scarf, basically. If it's got El Paso on it, you think it's a free kick. If it's Hartford on it, you don't think there's anything wrong with that.
So this will be just outside the 18, slightly to the left of Joe Rice, as it will be Navarra and Petrovic over the ball. Now Danny Barrera comes up for a word with our referee, Joe Sergin. El Paso leading 1-0 on the goal by Gomez in the 15th minute, looking to expand. Hartford sets up a 6-man wall. They drill it through to goal. Beautifully hit by Petar Petrovic. His 5th goal of the year. And in the 70th minute, El Paso expands their lead to 2-0. Petrovic on the set piece.
Someone's at fault there. It's either the wall for not doing their job or the goalkeeper for standing behind the wall and not covering the side that the wall's already covering. Hartford complaining that it shouldn't have been a free kick in the first place. Look, it's given. Whether it was or whether it wasn't, you still got to defend better than that. And this will maybe give us a better look. Yeah, I don't know what Joe Rice is up to there. Yes, you've got to kind of cover the left-hand side in case he goes that way, but you cannot be beaten on the side that's opposite to the side that the wall's protecting. That's your side. That's on the goalkeeper.
Andre Lewis, Luke Merrill will check in for Hartford, and that'll be it for Hartford sub. So we'll not see Daniel Bloyu, who's coming to the end of his 25-day tryout. And not having played the last couple of games, you would have to think he will not live to see September with Hartford Athletic. Hodge, crossfield, near touchline for Rito. So Petar Petrovic, who had not scored a goal since May the 5th against Colorado Springs, ends that goalless streak. Now Rito. Ball deflected nicely by Hines. It'll be a throw-in for Hartford. Rito with alacrity to Baraha. Now Hodge. Cabato. Plays back to Logue. Hodge with it, but you could see how they have set up the wall. 1-4-5. Here's a shot on goal, and it sails wide. It'll be a goal kick. As let's see, Andre Lewis.
Tristan Hodge taken off
come
before
in
he's
for
sent
Tristan
off.
Hodge, right.
Yeah.
And I would think we'll see the usual Merrill for Sheldon substitute.
Elvis Amo.
Elvis Amo.
Just move Opino through the middle. Wait a minute.
Oh, can't.
Wait a minute. Said tongue firmly in cheek.
Tonight's match for a cause presented by Liberty Bank, supported by Hartford Steam Boiler. Together, their efforts for the Knox Foundation help make a direct and positive impact on the greater Hartford community. Visit liberty-bank.com and munichre.com/HSB to learn more.
Another one that gets away for Hartford.
Along with Mark Donaldson and our crew, Jody Ambrosio, with you from Trinity Health Stadium. Cabato goes down to take it away from a sliding rose.
He's a mile offside.
Sadie, far enough offside that it would be hard not to make that call.
Tell you, for someone that's making his debut, he's just come in this week, Noah Dollenmeyer, there's so many things that you have, especially as a defender. There's so many things you need to learn and learn quickly about the timings and when your centre-back partner pushes forward, goes back, playing a line, making sure you're not the one that's caught out. And you can be proud of what he's done tonight on his debut.
El Paso in charge of this match. Navarro, long ball up ahead. Here's a race for the ball, sent towards Gomez. Knocked away in the nip of time by Lappert, but it'll be a corner kick. Third of the match. Nope, no, they say goal kick. No, it is a corner kick. To the left of Joe Rice. And Joe Rice has played so well in goal, Mark, but he was not in good position on the Petrovic set piece that resulted in the second goal for El Paso.
Once you take a step to the left, then you're opening it up.
Play the corner along the ground to Rose. Sent towards the area, headed out. Nice job of deception by Herrera. Here's Chapa, the captain. Plays it ahead on the left to Gomez. Lappert knocks it out. Robin Lappert clears it over the near touchline, but it'll be a throw in.
Does the simple things well. Robin Lappert.
Hartford looking for some sort of a counter, trying to recreate the magic from Wednesday night. And we get a foul called on El Paso. Looked like it was Nick Hines. Or no, not Nick Hines. Looked like it was Sinupe. Far side, Cabato.
Basically playing
Plays
Luke Merrill as an auxiliary striker right now. Which
intended for Rito, but Hines gets a head on it. Knocks it over the touchline. And Luke Merrill, only 2 shots on goal all year.
Well, he's been playing as a left back or a right back or whatever. This is the most advanced he's been. But you're basically ending a game looking for 2 goals in 15 minutes with a left back playing as a striker when you took off a forward to go to a formation which hasn't worked.
Rito cuts to the middle. Pass deflected. Herrera there to knock it out of bounds, so it'll be Luke to throw it in.
I understand change, Joe. I just don't get change for change's sake.
Ball rolls out. Goal kick
I'll ask you a question.
for El Paso.
They were a goal down, okay? But did El Paso look more likely to score when Hartford had that 4-3-3, or did they look more likely to score now that Hartford have got 3-5-2?
More likely to score now.
Albeit, they've pretty much moved Dren de Bruyne to a kind of left back position and gone back to a 4, which, yeah.
Played up ahead. Logue knocked it away, but El Paso gets the second ball. Petrovic trying to cut through. Rice off the line to scoop it up. The Performance Lab, an all-inclusive model that brings the latest technologies for pain relief, wellness, and mobility together under one roof with one-on-one treatments and a customized approach to fit your needs. The Performance Lab will get you moving and feeling your best. Hartford desperate to get on the board and cut this 2-goal margin, but El Paso not looking willing to give it up as that's knocked off De Bruyne, who played the first half of the Memphis game back on the first Saturday of May and has not been seen since. First match he's dressed for since then. Mark Navarro, who's been solid at the right back, to Rose. Their back line has played well. Hartford not getting many clean looks, if any. Here's a volley up ahead. Offside flag is up. Petrovic was as far offside on that one as Prince Sadie was earlier. Let's see how offside he was. And the Jeopardy answer would be very.
Enough.
Yeah.
A millimetre, an inch, a yard, 10 yards, it's all the same. Offside's offside.
I would say that's close. That was closer to 5 yards.
It doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be Petrovic. Just hold your run. Can't be offside in your own half.
De Bruyne's pass deflected away. Cabato hustling to keep possession for Athletic.
Well, they were 3-0 down and got it back to 3-3 on Wednesday night. There's always hope.
Well, and they had shown no life till the Sheldon header.
No, exactly.
Dolmayer trying to reach Barrera, who's about half his size, and he couldn't reach down and grab the captain.
I mean, Danny's a fit lad, but he's in his 30s now. He normally gets 60 or 65 minutes. It's 79th minute just now, and Danny's still out there.
Well, and Hartford's out of subs.
Yeah, Conor McGlynn's kind of playing as a holding role midfielder, which the last time we saw him play there just did not work. Weird thing is, he was kind of brought to the club as a defensive midfielder, but he's played so much at the back.
Gomez on the run. Plays it ahead. Hines drops it back. Hartford can't clear. Spinning move by Petrovic. Blocked. Gets it back, and McGlynn is there. Can't clear. Gomez in. Taken off his foot by Logue. Corner kick. 79.
It's just too many moving pieces.
Well, and again, you have to wonder the thought process in taking maybe your best offensive player from the last match out of the game.
Yeah, but and changing formation at the same time. You took him out because you were changing formation.
Corner from the right of Rice. Headed up in the air. Second ball. Third ball. We're going to get Dollenmeyer called, and then he flops over, falls over low.
Yeah, it's just collateral damage. There's no malice involved in anything there. The referee hopefully realizes that one. A couple of bruises in the morning, but yeah.
Holiday Inn Express Newington, conveniently located in the heart of the dining and shopping district of Newington on the Berlin Turnpike, routes 5 and 15. Whether you need one night or an extended stay, the hotel will make your stay convenient and cost effective.
There was no need for the referee to bring a centre back all the way back to say whatever he said to him. There was nothing in that whatsoever. A free kick, let's get on with it.
Andre Lewis, one of Hartford's 5 subs tonight. Lappert has been in since the beginning. Played through. De Bruyne gives it over on the left side. Back to De Bruyne. Too far. Sends it towards goal. And Diaz off the line to make the catch before Sadie.
I would have liked to see more of Dren De Bruyne this season. He played 45 minutes before being replaced at the half in a game here earlier this season. And there have been a few reasons why he's not been involved, but you can't continually, if he is available, you can't continually complain that you don't have a natural left back when you're not stripping a left back that you have.
Look at Rito on the run with it, sends it in front, and it's wide. Pushed wide by Luke Merrill. What work by Edgardo Rito to set up that opportunity as an El Paso player is down. Looks like he's cramped up.
That's what he's capable of. That is a brilliant sliding tackle. An absolutely fantastic sliding tackle.
Trying to see who the player they're working on as you get another look at the Rito. Pass is good work that time by Miles Lyons. Can't see the number on the El Paso player. All we can tell you is he's in a lot of pain with what appears to be a cramp.
Well, with 8 minutes plus added time remaining, you saw the boost that the opening goal when they were 3-0 down in midweek gave to Hartford and gave to the crowd as well. And the deficit's only 2 right now.
Chapa Herrera will come out. It'll be a corner for Hartford. Tonight's Business Alliance partner of the match, Blue Crest Incorporated. Corner number 4 for Athletic here in the 83rd minute. Up a man temporarily. Sent in, headed down, on the volley, airmailed.
You've got time. You know it's sitting up. so you know you're probably not going to score there. Take a touch if you're not comfortable, or let it drop a little bit more.
The 18-year-old from El Paso, Diego Abarca, will come in for Luis Herrera at the first opportunity. So El Paso will temporarily play a man down after Herrera left with the cramps. 2-0. El Paso on top. Gomez and Petrovic with the goals. Hartford deflects it out to Bruno. It'll be a throw-in.
Doesn't get any easier, does it? Next Saturday, a trip to Tampa Bay, who, if they win all their games in hand, would go top of the Eastern Conference.
You can see that game on MyTV9 and ESPN Plus. Next week at Southwest University Park, Monterey Bay visits El Paso.
Card there for just delaying the throw.
Yellow card for delay. Here's Hartford on the counter. And a good tackle to knock the ball away.
Solid Eric McHugh.
So Lyons gets his 5th yellow of the season in the 83rd minute. Here's Rice way out of the goal. Play the ball to Lapper. Hartford down 2-0. Have to play it back to Rice as he gets back in and then plays it up ahead to Logue.
If you're their coach, Brian Clare, you've got to think, given the streaky nature of their season, that this would hopefully be the first of another streaky run of results whereby it's either loads of wins or loads of defeats. And this could be the game that kickstarts their push to get higher up than 8th in the Western Conference. Not have to worry about the teams behind them who are trying to chase them down for the final playoff spot.
Rito cuts to the outside. The ball tackled away by Hines. Rito and Hines with a little tete-a-tete. Rito gets it back, throws into Lapper. Aimlessly throws it back. Lowe gets there and plays it back to Rice, who restarts the attack. Entering the 86th minute, Hartford trying to avoid being shut out once again. To Bruna, to Barrera. Tries to play it through to Merrill, but Eric McHugh, who's been solid in the back line. Diving save.
Ooh, I'd be appealing for that as well. I'd love to see a replay of that because at first look, you need to decide, is the arm in a natural position or is it outstretched given the pace it went as he moved the arm towards. I mean, the penalty's not awarded regardless, but I'm not sure if we get a chance to have another look at that. There was big appeals from the home support and the Hartford bench. Let's see this one again. It's De Bruyne that takes the strike in the end.
Here's Gomez. Shot blocked by Logue, and that one will sail over the far touchline. Hartford Athletic, proud to team up with Stop and Shop in all of our community efforts as we work together year-round in the fight against food insecurity.
This is going to be a card for Dan Gaspar, who all night has not been happy. I've seen it again, and I'm sticking with the decision on the field. It's one of these that looks like he's certainly not put his arm to the ball because that would have been tough. Has he made himself unnaturally bigger? I don't think he has. However, it's very hard to decide when it strikes his arm. Is it outstretched? Has he made himself bigger? I get the appeals. I'm not convinced though.
Christopher Garcia, 20-year-old from El Paso, getting set to check in for Brian Clairhout.
Not every handball is a free kick or a penalty. Given the way that the laws are these days, you should be appealing for absolutely everything.
Dallenmayer going the distance in his first game. In the middle it goes to Abarca. Played back, race for the ball. Dallenmayer will get there. Chased by Merrill. And kicks it over the near touchline. So it'll be a Hartford throw-in. I would think probably 4 or 5 minutes of stoppage time.
Well, Dollenmar was booked in the 19th minute. How much pressure have Hartford put him under? How many times have they run at him, trying to get a tackle coming in that's mistimed since then? The answer is 0.
I believe, in the words of the great Billy Preston, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Play it up ahead.
Offside.
Sadie is offside, and the flag is up.
He was.
Cabato put the goal up, but put the ball in the goal, but clearly it was offside.
He's coming over to caution the coach of El Paso now.
He got a card.
He did.
And Clairhout already has had experience with this. He got a red card against Miami. So Petar Petrovic's night is done. Christopher Garcia will come in for the 12th time this year. Petrovic had the strike on the insurance goal that made it 2-0 in the 70th minute. And Hartford's been chasing the game since the 15th minute when Gomez scored. And we got a foul on El Paso. Lapper, with time being of the essence, tries to find Rito. Knocked away. And it'll be a Hartford throw.
Should be an El Paso throw. Wow.
Omid Namazi.
Well, the only thing that the referee did well in that instance was to annoy everybody.
He did a good job of that.
Well.
Brignall Vineyard stoppage time. 4 minutes of stoppage time. 4 minutes for Hartford to get 2 goals when they have not scored in the first 90. Here's Barrera to Rito. Chips towards the goal. Played easily on 2 hops by Diaz. So with a loss, Hartford falls to 4-18-4. They will have lost their 4th in a row while El Paso.
Keeper's off his line.
Diaz way out. Gets back. Lewis plays it back. Here's Connor McGlynn. Gets around the defense. Gives to Barrera. And he sails it over the goal. You know, I know Hartford has 32 goals on the year mark, tied for 14th in the league, but they just don't take enough advantage of what seem to be decent opportunities. So many shots sail over the goal or go wide.
Right now you've got Luke Merrill, a fullback, playing as a striker. Connor McGlynn, who may be a defensive midfielder, but for the majority of the season has been a centre-back, playing as a holding midfielder, and he was the one that got possession there. It's just disheveled.
That's a quality word. And accurate to describe what we've seen.
You can lie in radio and make it sound better than it is. TV, you see what we see.
Here's Lewis. Chips it, and Diaz off the line to negate any potential problem for El Paso.
Actually, feel sorry a little bit for Luke Merrill because he's a player who I think was actually part of the open tryouts and came through it. And he's been a real find. He's a really good squad player and he gives absolutely everything. A bit like Antoine Opino. Is he a striker? No, he's not a striker, but he'll do his best, and that's all you can ask. But if that's the best you've got when you're chasing goals down, you've got to be doing better than that. You've got to be better decision making.
Sadie called for a push in the box as he knocked over Mark Navarro. So it'll be a El Paso kick. We're in the 3rd of 4 minutes of stoppage time. You can see the natives behind the goal a little bit restless.
Yeah, but they've got access to beer and the likes, have they not, though?
Yeah. Beer, wine.
Wow. Hospitality here is very good.
Unfortunately, offered too much hospitality by the home team.
It's the defensive hospitality that's It's been a problem for so often this season. Now he's like a Vegas dealer.
Lions taking his time.
The referee's just dishing out cards as and when.
Well, he gave out 7 in the only other USL game he's done this year.
He's not the reason for the scoreline.
Niall Logue given his 6th yellow of the year. And again, you know, we talk about all the yellows Hartford have gotten, but tonight it's been a little on the interesting side as far as Mr. Sergen is concerned.
It's a conundrum. It's a conundrum when you keep losing games. You automatically think you want to make changes, but if continuity is the answer.
Given away by McGlynn. Here's a bullet shot. And it goes wide. Emmanuel Sinupe, who played for the Tottenham U18 and U21 teams.
It's a tricky one, because with continuity would come disappointment if things aren't working or going right. But at least what is happening here?
Well, there are 2 balls on the field, I think. And now he blows. See, I'm sorry.
Oh, for all that. How to sum up an evening.
That's pretty much sums up the evening. That's right. So, El Paso's 5-game losing and 10-game unbeaten streak go by the wayside. And for Hartford, the misery continues. Their 4th straight loss, a disconsolate Kembo Cabato. As we've reached full time, 2-0. El Paso beats Hartford. Mark and I will be back to wrap this one up next here on ESPN Plus. In a season of long nights, another long night for Hartford Athletic. Gomez from Rose, 15 minutes in, and after that mark, Hartford once again chasing the game.
A gift for the opening goal, given to them and gifted and gift wrapped by Tristan Hodge. And then the second goal, good finish, but you can't be beaten at the side. There's a gap, Joe Rice, but many other problems for Hartford Athletic.
Thanks to our producer, Sir Thomas Stanwicks, our director, Bobby Kaplan, and our crew. For Mark Donaldson, I'm Joe D'Ambrosio. El Paso 2, Hartford no score. Thanks for being with us tonight. whole mouth so I can finish telling you the Trinity Health of New England care that's always there. Here's Barrera deep. Punched away by Diaz. Amo turns and can't get it on